Hi, my name is Rosalie Desmond and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Australia. Today I'm joining the Ink and Inspiration team and I'm going to be showing you one of my favourite techniques. The technique I'll be showing you today is called Emboss Resist. It's one of my all-time favourites. The Emboss Resist technique utilises heat embossing, which I always love doing. You use clear embossing powder on your images and then you pop colour over it, and where you've put the clear embossing powder, the image stays whatever colour you've started off with originally. So in this case it'll be white. I'm going to be using the Little Twinkle set. I've recently had another great niece born and I've decided I'm going to make her a card because I'm going to be seeing her for the first time tomorrow. So for my card I've used half an A4 sheet of Melon Mambo and I'm just simply folding that in half, and that'll give me a very easy card base. I then have a piece of Whisper White, which is 8.5 centimeters by 13 centimeters, a piece of Grapefruit Grove, which is cut at 9 by 13.5 centimeters, and then a piece of Blueberry Bushel, which is cut at 9.5 by 14 centimeters, and they will just give me just a nice little bit of matting, which will give it a bit of colour. And I'll be doing all my stamping on the Whisper White. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be grabbing some Versamark and some clear embossing powder and my stamp set. So this stamp set has a few different sentiments on it, as well as different star images. I'm going to be using this heart, and I'll just put that on a clear block. And then I'm going to use some of these other stars just to give me a bit of interest in my background. Inking my stamps up with the Versamark. I'll just swap over to a little star. You can't really see the Versamark. Versamark is a gluey sort of ink, so it's extremely hard to see. I'm going to pop a bit of computer paper under this just to catch the embossing powder. Embossing powders come in a wide range of colours, but for this technique I really like using the clear. You sprinkle a bit of the embossing powder on, let it catch where the stamps have been, and I'm not sure if you can see that. I should have run the embossing buddy over, but I didn't. I'm still quite happy with how that's stamped out. Now because I've used the computer paper, I can just turn this into a funnel and funnel all the excess embossing powder back into the container. So you don't have a lot of wastage when you do that. So it's really hard to see on camera for it to change, but what's happened is it's all gone shiny. I think I've missed a piece, just a bit in here, so I'm going to get the heat gun again and heat that up. So when you're using embossing powder, sometimes you need to just try and catch it in all the lights to make sure that you have actually heated it all the way through. I'm very happy with that. So I'll pop this over here. Now for my card, I'm using Grapefruit Grove, Melon Mambo and Blueberry Bushel colours. I'm going to start with my lightest colour, but it doesn't matter, I guess, what you do. All I'm interested in doing is getting some colour down on my card. I can always come back. I'm using Melon Mambo. And now the Blueberry Bushel. And I just keep building it up until I'm happy with how the colours are forming. Now I just need to grab a tissue and just wipe off the excess ink from the places where I have embossing. As you can see from the tissue, some of the ink does come off and it makes the white pop that little bit more. Now grabbing a scrap of white, and I want to use this stamp that says "A Star is Born." And I might use this I use Grapefruit Grove. I'll grab some scissors and quickly fussy cut that. I'll do that off screen. Using some stamping dimensionals, I'll just put a stamping dimensional on just to pop it up. I'll grab my layers and using my liquid glue, I will glue them down. That's my card front done. Using a piece of Whisper White, 8.5 by 13 centimeters, some Melon Mambo ink. I'm going to stamp a sentiment inside which says, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star." And I might add a few more stars using Grapefruit Grove. Just in the corners. And that's the center. So that's using the embossed resist technique, one of my favorite techniques. I hope you've enjoyed my card today. If you've been enjoying my videos, please subscribe below. I look forward to chatting to you next time. Until then, happy crafting.